Hello everybody, I hope you're all okay. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hello, my name's Chloe. I hope that you are all doing well today, whatever day it is for you. I feel like it's going to be Sunday when I upload this. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like that's what I've got scheduled in my head. Today's video is just going to be another standard what I eat in a day. I am going to show you what I eat for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and any snacks and everything good in between. I just absolutely love documenting days like this. When I've got a little bit more time, I just like to pick up the camera and show you what I'm having. That is kind of the blurb, I guess. If someone said to me, give me like a blurb or like a summary of what this video is going to be, that is literally what it's going to be. So if you are interested and you like the sound of that and you want to see what we're eating today to give yourself a little bit of inspiration, then please carry on watching and let's head to breakfast. I don't know about you or whether it's just me, but there's always one day in the week where I just need the day to be super sweet, and there needs to be something that's gonna quench my sweet need. I'm just literally thinking now on the spot what we're gonna have, because like I said, I have no idea on meals. I do, however, know what we're gonna have for dinner, and this part of the video and the end part of the video when I show you what we're having is very kindly sponsored by HelloFresh. You would have seen that I often talk about HelloFresh on my Instagram. Basically, if you don't know what it is, which I'm sure you do because they're literally so popular and everybody loves them, it's basically a subscription service where you go online, you can rummage through loads of different recipes, loads of different meals. There are things from family meals, calorie controlled ones, which is the ones that I tend to sieve through and look for, because I look at them and I figure out whether they are Slim Reward friendly, and a lot of them are. So loads of people shy away from using HelloFresh because they think that the meals aren't going to be Slim Reward friendly, or they think that they're not going to be able to find out the sin values before they order. And you can. I will show you a bit later on how I kind of like look through the website and how I figure out the sins before I make my order. But essentially you can pick as many meals as you want for that week. We tend to go for 3 meals a week, and that's our evening meals, and we always go for 4 people, so you can choose whether you want to feed 2, 3, 4, etc. But we tend to go for the 4 options, and then that way once we've made that meal of the evening, we've then got lunch as leftovers. But you basically select your meals and they get sent to you in a nice box, which is all refrigerated with the meats. There's ice packs in there so nothing goes off. It's super fresh, super healthy, and essentially there are different bags to the recipe cards. Whichever recipes you've chosen that week, when you order, they will come to you. They will come with these recipe cards. These are just a few that we've currently got in the fridge in bags, but the one that we're going to be doing this evening, if you are interested in staying and watching till the end, is this one. It's one of our favorites. We've probably had it around 3 times now. You might have even seen it on my Instagram. It is this one. It's the quick Ras El Hanout chicken. I don't know how to say that. On the website you can sieve through whether you want the food to be rapid. Basically you can decide how long you want to spend cooking it and preparing it. So if you are a busy family and you don't have a lot of time, then you can opt for the rapid range, and that basically means that the meals are done in 20 minutes. So that is what we've got this evening. So this is what the recipe card looks like, and then on the back you've got the step-by-step instructions. You've got both visual, so a picture, and you've got also like the instructions written down. You've got all the nutritional values on the side there, so that is how I work out how many things are. And then on the front you've got all of the ingredients that you will be sent. It's all pre-portioned, all pre-measured, so you're not going to have any wastage, and you'll know exactly how many calories or how many sins it is per meal. So yeah, stay tuned to the end. I also have a 60% off discount code, so if you've never tried HelloFresh before, you can use that one, get 60% off your first box, and then if you continue to like it, you can get a further 25% off your next 8 boxes. So yeah, it's just a great way to keep in routine, keep inspired, and you haven't got to faff around thinking what am I going to have for dinner. So we'll show you that later on, but let's start with breakfast. Today we are having something called creamy strawberry French toast. Now I told you I needed something sweet. I really fancied it. I'm going to list through the ingredients we need. So you're going to need some kind of bread. I have just got the Kingsmill no crust wholemeal bread. You can have 3 slices of this bread for your health direction B. To make the strawberry creamy kind of vibe, you're going to need some strawberries. So I've just got 4 big ones in here, so I hope that will be enough. You're gonna need some light soft cheese. So I have just got this one. Oh my god, it's dripping everywhere. This is 2 sins for 25 grams, and we're gonna use 50 sins. 50 sins, oh my god, I hope not. We're gonna use 50 grams of this light soft cheese, so it's basically gonna be 4 sins worth. Also gonna need some sweetener, so I've just got the powdered one here. I've mentioned this before, but I personally don't sin sweetener unless I'm using it in a big quantity. You're gonna need some vanilla extract. Also, again, I don't sin this because I'm gonna be using like barely any of it. You're gonna need 1 egg. You're gonna need some fry light. Whenever I cook anything sweet, I always opt for the butter fry light. You're gonna need some icing sugar just for the top. I'll tell you the sins of that when we make it. And then lastly, you are going to need some cinnamon. So let me show you a step-by-step how we're gonna make this creamy strawberry breakfast toast, yummy deliciousness. Yum yum French toast, creamy strawberry gorgeousness. So let's go. In here, this is what you're going to do first. You are going to weigh out 50 grams of the soft cheese, so that's 4 sins. Then you're going to put in 2 tablespoons of sweetener, and you're going to put in 1/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then the next step, you just want to give that a really good stir so it's all combined nicely. This is what the mixture should look like once you've mixed it all together. It's basically just looking like a creamy spread. And then I've just chopped up some strawberries. I'm not really sure how many I'm gonna need, but I've just got enough there. So the next step you wanna do is you basically wanna spread the soft cheese. You wanna top it with the strawberries. So let's go ahead and do that. And then once you've done that, the next step is you just want to get a bowl and you want to crack your egg into it. Add some of your cinnamon. There's no real measurements on this, just do what you want. Give that a good whisk. It always tends to be a bit bitty when you add cinnamon to egg, but don't worry about it. It looks revolting, but just see past that, baby girl. See past that. So you're just gonna pop the sandwich in there and let one side soak it. And then I'm gonna try and do this off camera, but basically I'm gonna pick it up with a spatula and flip it on the other side just so that both sides are coated in the egg and cinnamon. And then we're gonna fry it on a saucepan, obviously. No, we're gonna fry it on a frying pan then with the butter fry light, just to let it get all nice and golden and crisp and warm and delicious and creamy. This is what it should look like. It has literally soaked up that whole egg, so yeah, it's definitely worth doing. And then obviously the top bit looks a bit brown because you've got the cinnamon. So I've just put a bit of my fry light into a pan. I'm gonna let that heat up, and then we're just gonna fry it for a little bit just to get it all cooked properly, because you don't want no raw runny egg on the top. So just let it fry on one side for around 4 minutes, and then just get your spatula and flip it over. I'm sorry, but look at that golden crisp and how lush it looks. Oh my goodness. I've just cut it. Look at that. Wow, wow, wowza. So I've got my 1/2 teaspoon of icing sugar, which is 1/2 sin. Just gonna sprinkle that on top. Oh my god, stop. Stop, stop. You probably don't even need 1/2 teaspoon, to be honest. But we're gonna do it anyway. Wow. And then you could like put like maple syrup or something, like a low sin maple syrup, but I don't have any. I'm just gonna leave it as it is, but I feel like it would be perfect with a little drizzle of something on top. Look at the inside, it looks delicious. And then you could also top it, if you like cinnamon like me, with a tiny touch cinnamon for good measure. I'm gonna do first bite with you. I feel like I want to make that like a thing, first bite, but that is another visual of the creamy strawberry French toast we have made for just 4.5 sins and our healthy extra B. Please ignore that lovely bin bag behind me. Let's do a first bite. I'm so glad I went with the 3 tiers now, because I feel like it's just made it extra special. Stop the traffic. That is beautiful. That is really nice. Really, really nice. Oh dear. Oh dear, I feel like I'm gonna be having this all the time. Another one for you all to try. This was, I forgot to mention, can't remember what book I got it from. I think it's a Pinch and Nom one. I think it's a Pinch and Nom one. I'm not sure which one, whether it's the one in the Enjoy book or whether it's in the original, but I will definitely leave it down below which book it's from, because full credit to Pinch and Nom. I think it's Pinch and Nom, imagine if it's not, but that is divine. And you could put like maple syrup on top or some kind of like caramel syrup, but it's just sweet enough as it is. It'd be great for kids as well. They'd love this. Just obviously don't tell them that it's cream cheese, because they might get a bit, I don't know, they might not, but I just feel like if I was a kid and someone said, oh, do you want some cream cheese, strawberry, French toast? I'd probably be like, no mum, no. I just want French toast. But yeah, 4.5 sins to start the day. I know it's not speediest, but we have got strawberries. So anyway, I'm going to enjoy this and I will see you all at lunchtime. It is lunchtime and I'm just having something super simple. So this is what I call my, I really need a lot of speed kind of salad. You can call it a rainbow salad, you can call it go through the fridge and see what you've got and chuck it all together and make a big, lovely, healthy, colourful salad. So I've just got in the fridge, I've got some salad to use, I've got a red pepper that's looking a bit worse for wear, a red onion, loads of tomatoes which really need using, about half of a cucumber and 1 large carrot, and I've also got some sweet corn. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to chop them all up in my little chopper. It's so easy to do, you haven't got a faff. It's just great. You can make a big salad and you can go through it throughout the week. I'll show you what I mean when it's all put together. You can add anything in here. You can add celery, broccoli, green beans, spring onions, what else? Any veg really, asparagus, anything you want, you've got. Put it all together. You can add some nice dressing, lemon, parsley, whatever you want, and just make a big nice bowl of salad. Chopped up carrots, and then I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest with all the other veggies that I am using. Here we have it. So this was a first for me, right? It looks a bit weird, it looks like pesto. I don't normally but cut up my salad, but if you aren't a fan of salad and you hate the leafiness and how it's kind of awkward to eat sometimes if you've got like a big leaf, then you could always chop it up really finely like what I've done. And when you give it a mix together, you've got your peppers, you've got your tomato, you've got your onion, your cucumber, you've got your sweet corn, and you're mixing all of that lettuce in, all of that salad, all that green goodness. If you absolutely hate salad, you won't even know it's in there. So I just wanted to show you that it is a way of getting speed in without you kind of knowing it's in there, because it doesn't really have much taste to it, and the onion and the sweet corn and the peppers and the cucumber will overpower the taste of that leafiness, if that makes sense. Now I'm just going to season. I just use some lemon juice, some salt, pepper, garlic granules, onion granules. If you like it spicy, you can add paprika, but just give it a good old mix and you've basically got yourself a rainbow salad full of loads of goodness, and then you can have it with whatever you want, whether you're having it on the side of a dinner or whether you're having it as your main bulk of your meal and you're adding meat to it or tofu or whatever it is that you want to eat. So I'm going to mix this together, shred up some ham, and then I'm just going to mix that all together, and I've got basically a nice fresh salad bowl. And then this is all mixed up. As you can see, it's made loads, so I'll just put a beeswax wrap on the top just to keep it nice and fresh, and then we can eat this throughout the weekend then. But I just fancied something really speedy because our breakfast, obviously we only had the strawberries. So yeah, and also with the summer coming up and the nicer weather, barbecues, plans, you know, picnics in the next couple of months, this is just a fab way of getting all your greens in, getting all your colourful vegetables in, and know that you're eating enough of the good stuff to make you feel good inside. I've added my ham, I've got myself a nice bit of squash in my bottle, and I've also just used half a tin's worth of this Crucial's sweet chili Thai style sauce. It is 1 tin per tablespoon, but I reckon I've got half a tablespoon there, so I'm just calling it half a tin. Super speedy, really nice, and yeah, I hope it's giving you an idea. I'm gonna devour this now. Just give it a good mix with the sauce, with the ham, and you're filling yourself with lush goodness. It is time for a snack, which I'm actually going to take. I'm just about to take Migo out now for a second walk, and I've got myself a Pink Lady apple, and then I've also got myself one of these drinks. Now, if you don't know about these drinks, they're really, really nice. I really recommend them. They're the Ribena Light pineapple and passion fruit light juice drinks, and I got mine in a shop called Heron's. Now, I don't know if it's around the country or not, because when I put a video on of Heron's the other day on my Instagram, quite a lot of you were saying you don't have them near you, but you can get these in some places. It's not as easy, like you can't just go into Asda and Tesco and all of the big supermarkets to find it. I don't believe it's kind of one of those drinks that's in like different shops, so like you'll probably find it in like your local Spar or maybe like your corner shop. But yeah, really recommend any of the Ribena Lights. They're sin free, and I love this one, especially in the summer when it's ice cold. It's really refreshing. I'll see you next at dinner. So yeah, I'm gonna take, he's being patient down there. You ready? Your walkies? Come on then. Yes, are you gonna wait nicely? Yes, should we go? Come on then. See you all when we get back. Right, it is quite a bit later now. We've just got back from our dog walk, and I thought that I would crack on with making some kind of dessert. We are going to be making, you might hear pitter patter, because Meads is waiting for his dinner, but he needs to wait to get his breath back from our walk first, so he's just catching his breath. We're going to be making for dessert. You've probably seen me make this on Instagram, but I thought it might be a good idea to pop it on a video, because the Instagram video I did of it was 90 seconds, and it's really hard to try and do a recipe when it's so sped up and fast, whereas with this video you can go back to it anytime. So it is the Slimming World raspberry roulade. I don't know how to pronounce that word. You know, like the Swiss roulade, roulade, Ruru. I'm just going to call it the Ruru, the Swiss, not the Swiss. Slimming World raspberry Ruru. Disclaimer, I don't make this often because it is seen as a Slimming World tweak, not tweak, tweak, T-W-E-A-K. I'm not going to go into that. If you want to Google what a Slimming World tweak is, then feel free, Google will give the answer. But basically I don't make it often because I don't want it to be one of those things that I make all the time to protect my weight loss. Anyway, yeah. You need panache raspberries. Any raspberries will do. You need I personally prefer to use the white chocolate options because I just feel like the flavour kind of goes better with the whole Ruru. I can't take myself seriously, Ruru. So yeah, you need a sachet of that. So that is, I believe, 2 cents. Let me just double check on the app. Coming up as 2 cents. Half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, so I'm just using the one that we used earlier for our breakfast. You also need 250 grams of quark, quack, Ruru and quack. Oh my god, how I am 26, I promise, I'm not 12. 250 grams of quark, which is what the standard little pot is anyway, which is sin free. Then you need a teaspoon of baking powder, and you also need 4 eggs. And you need 3 tablespoons of sweetener, and it's so simple to do. You are going to need one of those, I'll show you, what are they called, whisks, you know, with the forks to whisk up your egg whites because they need to go to soft peaks. I've tried to do it before with my hand, it didn't work. I also tried to do it with a blender, you know, like a soup blender. Didn't work. Pop the oven on now because you're going to need to cook it in the oven. Pop your oven on to 180 degrees, and before you start prepping, first thing you want to do is separate your egg whites to your yolks. Again, that's another word that people say I say wrong. I know I say it wrong, but that's just how I say it, so you know what I mean. You know, like the yellow bit that you dip your chip into when you have ham, egg and chips at the pub. Yeah, so you want to separate your yolk to your egg whites. 4 eggs, and that's your first step. So we're gonna get cracking on with that. I'm gonna do that off camera because one is partial to getting a cheeky little bit of extra protein, aka shell, and it falling in the bowl. So I'm gonna do that off camera to save my embarrassment. Cracked one of my yolks, but that's fine because that doesn't matter. Next up, we've got the whites. So this is what I was talking about, hand mixer. I'm gonna go ahead and pop my whites into a bowl and I'm gonna whisk them up so that they get to soft peaks, and you all know what that means. So let's get doing that. That is looking perfect. You should be able to tip it up and then not come out. Next up, 4 heaped tablespoons of your quark into your yolks and 3 tablespoons of sweetener into your yellow things, and give that a good old mix. Once you've whisked that together, you want to add in your baking powder and your vanilla extract and mix again. Gradually add the yellow mixture into the egg whites and fold it in. So you can do it the other way around, but I've obviously got the whites in a bigger bowl, so I can't be bothered to transfer it. So I'm just gonna get a big spoon, just the one that we use to measure the quark out, and I'm just gonna tip bits of this in bit by bit. Looks a bit like scrambled egg, doesn't it? Then you're just gonna get a baking tray, spray it with fry light, pop some greaseproof paper on it, and then spray it again with fry light, and you're essentially going to pour the mixture onto your baking tray. And once you've got the majority of it out, you just want to make sure that is all coated on the baking tray. But again, this is really hard with one hand, so I'm gonna crack on with this. It should look something like this. Just give it a shake to make sure that it's all in the edges, and I also gave it a tap to make sure all the bubbles are popped. I'm just gonna pop it in the oven on 180 degrees for 20 minutes, and then that's basically the base done. Once you get it out the oven, you want to allow it to cool before you do the next step. That's really, really important. You're going to get the remaining quark and you're going to pop in the hot chocolate sachet and give that a good mix, because this is going to be our base. Once it's all mixed together, it will look lush, but this is going to be our layer, cream layer for the roulade. Here we go. So I've just spread that white chocolate quark mix on. Then you just want to scatter some of your raspberries all along the base. Again, doesn't need to be neat. Just make sure you've got some like in every bit of the circumference. And then I'm going to try and set you up and show you that we just literally roll it. And there we go. I have just cut it in half so you can see the inside, and you've basically got a really nice big raspberry roulade, raspberry roo, and it is 2.5 cents for the lot. This is gonna last in your fridge for around 5 days. You can just slice yourself up a bit every now and then if you want it for dessert, if you want a little sweet treat, and yeah, it's absolutely delicious. Let's talk about HelloFresh. I told you all the details about it at the start of the video, but this is the one that we're having this evening. The only sins for this one will be for that word, Z-H-O-U-G. How do you say that, Dave?
I have no idea.
He has no idea. That paste, so super low, you've got courgette, shallots, lemon, chicken, couscous, garlic, and chicken stock. With these, they come in the bags, like I was saying, and each recipe card is numbered at the top right, so you know exactly what bag it is you need to get out when you're making said recipe. So I've got number 16 out. Inside, it's gonna have all of my ingredients. mixed together. You've just watched me do the whole cooking process, which I literally just followed the step-by-step instructions on the recipe card, so it's super simple, so easy to do. This literally took me 20 minutes. I am gonna plate myself up some now. And voila. So it is 2 sins worth for the paste that we used, and then everything else is sin free. Really, really nice and easy recipe to do. You can get 60% off HelloFresh and 25% off the next 8 boxes after that first box. Get your camera app up on your phone and hold it against the barcode, which you can see on the screen, and it will bring up a web page which will show you the HelloFresh website, and it will also then allow you to order your box with my discount code, which again I will leave on the screen here. But I cannot recommend HelloFresh enough. It's great when you just need a little bit of inspiration, you need a little bit of help when it comes to cooking your meals for your family or for you, and there's so many quick and low calorie and low sin ones on there. So I'm gonna really thoroughly enjoy this, and as you can see we've got loads left over, so that will do another 3 portions. It is now dessert time, and it would be rude not to have a couple of slices of my dessert that I made today. I'm just gonna call it, there's loads left, so I'm just gonna call it 1 sin just to be safe. Even though it's probably more like half a sin, but yeah, 1 sin, and that is the day complete. And that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate it. Every single view, every single like, every single comment just means the absolute world to me, and I will see all of you lovely lot in my next video. Take care. Bye.